So in this video we will discuss about very important part and the last part of plant kingdom, that is plant life cycle. Plant life cycle. Okay, so as I have already told you that there are in plants, all the plants show two different phases at their life cycle. In their life cycle pattern they show two different patterns, two phases, that is gametophytic phase, giving rise to sporophyte, and sporophyte giving rise to gametophyte. This one is called as a alternation of generation. In some plants gametophyte is dominant, in some plants sporophyte is dominant, but in some plants both are equally dominant on one another. That we are going to study in this topic, that is plant life cycles. See, there are, depending upon the time consumed by the different phases, there are different life cycles. We can classify those life cycles into three types. First one is haplontic life cycle, next one is diplontic life cycle, and another one is a haplodiplontic life cycle. What do you mean by haplontic life cycle? Haplontic life cycle is a type of life cycle where gametophytic phase is dominant. Gametophytic phase takes more time for the development. Say for example this plants which is exhibiting haplontic life cycle is, its life cycle is 1 year. Within 1 year, nearly 9 to 10 months will be taken for the development of gametophyte. Only 2 to 3 months will be taken for the development of sporophyte. Hence here what gametophyte is a dominant phase, or gametophyte takes more amount of the time or more duration for its development. Hence it is called as a haplontic life cycle. It is called as what? Haplontic life cycle. Haplontic life cycle is a type of life cycle where gametophytic phase is dominant and sporophyte is reduced to very small period. Hence it is called as haplontic life cycle. Example is algae. Next one is a diplontic life cycle. Diplontic life cycle is a type of life cycle where sporophytic phase takes more phase or more duration for their development, and gametophytic phase is reduced for very small duration. Hence sporophytic phase, see here sporophyte means diploid, gametophyte phase haploid. Here gametophyte is dominant, hence it is called as haplontic. Here sporophyte is dominant, hence it is called as diplontic. Example for this is gymnosperms and angiosperms. And last one is haplodiplontic life cycle. Haplodiplontic life cycle is a type of life cycle where both the phase are dominant over one another, both are equally dominant over one another. Say for example 1 year is the life cycle of this plant, it takes 6 months for gametophyte development, it takes 6 months for sporophyte development. Hence here both the phases are equally dominant over one another, hence it is called as what? Haplodiplontic life cycle. Example is bryophytes and pteridophytes. They have haplodiplontic life cycle. Gymnosperm and angiosperms have diplontic life cycle, and algae have a haplontic life cycle. Always remember, gametophytic phase is always haploid, sporophytic phase is always diploid. Gametophyte gives rise to sporophyte and sporophyte gives rise to gametophyte. Okay, thank you.